Yay!
Yay!
Do the dance!
We're live. Hey,
Oh,
everybody.
did you organize a dance before I come on?
Did
Was
you
that
miss the
it?
dance? Oh yeah, the dance.
Didn't you get the choreography?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Should have been practicing for 2 weeks.
You should know that this is the music that Vince died to for.
So, welcome back, everybody. We were out last week because we had a couple of sick people in our group.
Half.
Not that sick that they really couldn't play, but
Yes.
because we also have a new player in our group, I thought it would be nice to kind of introduce him during downtime. And I will introduce his character when he pops up, and then he'll give an introduction to his character and what he will be playing. So, other than that, I think we can dive back into the game. Sadly, Ellie's aunt has died, and everybody's kind of dealing with it in their own way. You've been kind of playing Santa, Ellie, handing out magical items left and right to certain type of people. And yeah, so I think only Gemini hasn't gotten his item, right? Yeah, exactly. So it's evening time. Where is everybody? What are you guys doing?
Sleeping outside by the fire with
There you
Cal in the same bed. No,
Ooh, in the same sleeping bag.
Willer be sleeping in his room.
All right.
Well, maybe not sleeping, but trying to sleep. You know,
Ellie.
mother figure just died, so you know.
Ellie might be preparing the body for funeral / talking to her cats.
Okay.
Cat.
Cat Fluffles, yeah.
Cat.
Okay. So it's later and later in the evening, and everybody's pretty much been has done what can and needed to be done. Ellie, you've been talking to Fluffles, but Fluffles is just acting like Fluffles and is just meowing and sometimes looking at you. And after a while, he just fell asleep while you were talking to him, like, you know.
Probably we're mostly talking about honey rather than about what just happened with the tree and with Fluffles.
Yes.
Because
hey, why are you a dragon?
Because that's not quite the right moment to have that talk.
We'll talk about it when you want to talk about it.
No, we'll talk about it when I'm dealt with this. Boo hoo hoo.
Yeah. So Gemini and you are sleeping outside together with Cal, right? And are you do you have a campfire going, or what's the
Yeah, there's a campfire going. Yep.
Okay, just in her front yard, you have a campfire going.
No,
in the
she
back,
said.
you specified it.
Yeah, they
Or she
specified that there
someone
was a
specified
place.
it.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, you guys, I think you got a like a tray or something which you made the fire in, because there was firewood, but it was just there, but it was firewood to be brought inside to make in the chimney.
No, but I pointed out a spot that there was a
Yeah,
spot for
it was pointed out there was like a sort of campfire,
like a
barbecue area. Yeah, fire pit. That's the
fire pit area.
Okay, good. Okay.
I took liberties.
Okay, can I just turn off the chat things that they don't pop up because they're super distracting?
It's all right. It's all right. I just asked whether Gemini is the big spoon or the little spoon.
I said both.
He's spitting with the fire, so
yes, he calls that the butter pot. You know.
So, what is Gemini and what is Cal's passive perception?
Oh, let me see.
I believe
Passive
17.
17.
That's quite good, actually. No, his is only 15.
50. Okay, gotcha. All right. Okay. You guys are pretty much sleeping and resting. Cal, you are meditating, I'm assuming, or are you actually sleeping?
What was that? Say that again.
You lagged.
Are you meditating? Are you using your trance ability?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Or are you actually sleeping?
He would be trancing for say 4 hours, and then 4 hours on watch, sort of thing. So
Okay. So you are sitting there, kind of having your memories of your past passing through your mind and reliving some of them, and just looking out. What is your armor class?
my armor class. All right, let me see. It should technically be 17 when I don't have my weapons out. So
All right, there you go. You sit there and you are meditating, and you get to roll your Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw.
Yes.
It's not great.
Fucking rabbit, isn't it?
It's a 9, so it is.
It's a 9.
Mhm.
And you get to roll it 2 more times.
2 more times, just
Yes.
d20s.
Yes.
It's still a constant save, isn't
Yep.
it? Yeah. That's a 19, and that's the same as the first one, 9.
All right. So you are struck by
Rhythm.
3 sharp objects in your back,
Right.
and you take a total of 24 points of damage,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel yourself go, and you pass out.
Right.
Gemini, roll your perception.
Sure. Pretty good. 19.
19.
Yep.
You notice a thump as you go. You're lying there, and all of a sudden you hear thump. And where you've more or less fallen asleep, lying close to the fire, seeing Cal meditating, you now have seen him kind of keel over to the side. And he's kind of lying there on his side. His eyes are open, which is very common for him when he's in his trance. But usually he's just sitting there in trance. And now he's kind of, it almost looks like he fell asleep with his eyes open. He's just lying there on his side. It's kind of an eerie look because it's, it kind of looks like he's almost dead because his eyes are open and he's just lying there in a strange position. But you've become accustomed to the fact that his eyes are open.
Okay.
What do you do?
I heard a thump, and now he's on his side and his eyes are open.
Yeah.
I rise.
All right.
And I go, everybody, I think murder's happening.
What is your armor class?
Nope.
Nope.
Look at
Start from 10.
Look at the title of our channel.
Yeah, that's 0.
Oh, well, then they all hit.
It's a 15.
15. Okay, you get to roll your Constitution saving throw. Twice.
How many times? Twice? Sure. That's a 14 and an 11.
A 14 and an 11. You are struck twice, and you feel this. You see 2 bolts entering your body, and you take 15 points of damage.
Sure, yeah.
And you feel yourself sinking to the ground.
Bowling, come quickly! Oh God!
And you're out cold.
Oh dear.
Oh, dear.
This is nothing to do with charm or magic, is it? No.
Nope.
That's okay.
Okay. Ellie and Wheeler,
Yeah.
please roll your perception.
Oh shit, dice. Hold on, sorry.
Oh yeah, because you didn't
Man,
know we were
such a
role-playing
professional.
already.
You really deserve those 800 extra hours, don't you?
Yeah.
Perception.
All right.
15.
15. Okay.
Perception. That is 18.
18. All right. You both hear Gemini calling out, "Murder, murder! Help, help! I'm down, down, down!" Oh. Wheeler, you also hear the sound of clothes being shot.
All right. Does Wheeler's room have a window to the outside?
Yes.
Okay. He'll grab his stuff and his make sure he has his cloak, put his hood up on his cloak, and he will have a quick look outside.
Excellent. We are all gonna roll, except for you, Hammered. We are all gonna roll initiative.
Good to kick it off.
Very good.
Should I wait a couple of turns before I do that?
Fuck yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, you guys. Sorry, you're right. Cal
You
and
just
Gemini,
Mhm.
you don't need to roll it at this point, but you might.
You
need
don't want to just
roll
put
it.
us on the initiative order?
Sorry.
You don't want to just put us on the initiative
No,
order, then tell us when to come in?
I'll slide you into the initiative order when you
When
guys
it's got
yeah.
it. Okay.
No.
are able to do something.
Thank God for that. I thought you were going to scrub out the initiative rules there because I rolled a 19.
No.
That's 24. So
Yeah.
yes, and then he's going to go, oh, actually, yeah, we'll not roll initiative yet. But no!
I rolled a filthy 20, so I was sad.
Okay. So 24 for you, Wheeler?
Yeah.
Right? Ellie?
A cute little 13.
13. Okay.
Is it filthy?
No, it's just straight up.
Ah, yeah, well, just the way Gemini
Use some
likes them.
cleaning. Yeah. Either way, really, Gemini.
Bit of a dusting, really. Just not much.
All right. So Wheeler, you are the first to act and react. So you've grabbed your stuff.
Yep.
And you look out,
Mhm.
and you see I would say about, what would be a normal distance for that? I'm so bad at judging distance in English. I would say about 60 feet or so from your window. You see the fireplace that they have built up, and you see both Gemini and Cal lying there on the ground. Not
Are my
moving.
eyes open like Kel's, or are they closed?
They're probably open. I mean, they were open when you got shot. So yeah.
I scream at him with my eyes in Thieves' Camp.
Okay.
Help! Help!
What does that look like?
That's a pretty good look. I'm not sure if that's Thieves' Cats or just Gemini.
I don't recognize this dialect.
It's
Must be a
Gemini
Dragonborn
and-
thing.
Yeah.
What do you do, Wheeler?
Sorry, so I see the fireplace and the
The two of them lying
on
on the ground. Yeah.
lying on the ground. Okay. Do I see anyone else?
Roll a
Anything
perception check.
Come on, don't fail me now.
As we're getting pelted with it.
It did not fail me now. That's a dirty 22.
A dirty 22.
You should clean it.
Yeah. I'm not going. Do you know what this dice is making up for? Because this is the die that killed Vince. So it's being good to me right now.
You should have shoved that thing up something's ass.
Yeah.
That die fucked
I
you,
did.
buddy.
I did. That's why it's now good being good.
Okay.
Oh.
Got
It's seen some
Two
shit.
negatives make a plus. Yeah.
You you see at the low fence that is kind of marking the garden, the start of the garden of Ellie's aunt. You see a tuft of, you think it's hair, and you think it's white.
All right. Is there enough to be seen to target?
You could probably shoot at it. It is a distance of about 110 feet away from you.
That's in range.
And
So it's 40 feet away from us then.
Yeah, more or less.
Got it. Got it.
And it has a massive amount of cover.
They're taking that sharpshooter feet.
Hmm.
I don't think I took I don't know why I did it. That feat
So what do you
roll.
do? It's your turn. Tick tock, tick tock.
Tick tock, yes. No, what he'll do is he'll open his window and hop out, but try and be sneaky. He'll have his hood up on his cloak and try and get closer to the two bodies, but still try and keep hidden as much as possible.
All right.
Get as close to them as he can without being seen. So for as far as he can have cover, really, so he won't like go out into the open of the fire.
Roll your stealth.
Yeah, with advantage because of my cloak.
Yeah.
That's good because that's a 1. That's a 5. Stealth, although stealth is that's 16.
Stealth's better than mine. Fuck you.
All right.
I am a rogue. I mean, it would be a bit shit. It was like, oh, the bard can outsneak me. Fuck you.
I'm a bard rogue, sir.
A brogue.
I'll
You
have
are an
you know.
Irish shoe.
All right.
Okay,
What is your armor class, Weaver?
17.
17.
Just as a side thing, I don't know where this counts, but checks to see me have disadvantage.
They have disadvantage?
Yeah. While you wear this cloak with the hood up, perception checks made to see you have disadvantage, and I have advantage on stealth checks.
Ooh.
That is a very good point. Then I'll roll again.
Yeah.
Ah.
Natural 20.
Oh, I rolled a natural 20. So no, they.
Fuck.
So an arrow is shot towards you and strikes you in your shoulder.
Well, shit.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
We all going night night.
Yeah, we're fucking going night night. That's not good. That's 14.
14. You. You collapse as well. Ellie,
But I collapse stealthily.
Yeah.
and you take, by the way, you take 6 points of damage.
Just be like,
Oh, right, me? Okay, I was going to say, I was like, that's a bit
No,
harsh.
yeah,
Ellie.
No, no,
person in the
no.
house who hasn't left
Yeah,
yet.
sorry,
yeah.
like-
Wheeler, sorry, you
Yeah,
take 6
no,
points
okay.
of damage.
Ellie's still innocent.
Ellie, what do? You here, roll your perception again.
What did I say last?
It was 13 last time.
No, it's 11 plus 5, I'm pretty sure. Where is my thing? There. Yes, 16.
You hear another thump.
Did you hear something, Fluffles? Really?
Ruffles hisses and looks at the window.
Something's out there? Ellie's gonna sneak up to the window and take a look.
All right. Roll your perception.
10.
10.
Mhm.
You see
Three of the sleepiest motherfuckers you've ever seen.
that's a good question. Is your cloak still active when you're unconscious?
It doesn't specify.
It doesn't specify.
It
Jeez,
just
D&D, work with me here.
Yeah, I would say probably because it's while you wear the cloak with the hood
Yeah,
up,
you
and
still
I
have the
was
hood up.
still wearing it with the hood up. So yeah.
So you see at this point, you see Cal and Gemini
Mhm.
lying on the ground, not moving.
Cal sleeps in a weird position.
Cal doesn't sleep.
Yeah, that's like probably the biggest issue. Like, huh. And they're
Oh,
not
that's odd.
moving at all.
Nighty night.
Okay, she is gonna. Well, seeing they're not moving, and Cal is actually lying down, which she probably doesn't do that often.
No, probably not.
And Fluffle's reaction, she's gonna think something's up. But if she's just gonna sit there, like real sneakily, and
Roll your stealth.
that's a bit better. Except that I don't have any modifiers. So 11.
11. Okay.
Yes.
I'm giving you a bonus because you're like just peeking out of your
Yeah.
dark
It's
window.
basically just like ice.
Yeah. So you at that point see two persons hopping over the low fence. They're wearing nothing but black, and they move over, and you see them, one of them kind of pointing at the fire, and the fire just goes out.
Motherfuckers.
And luckily you have dark vision,
Yes.
and you see them looking at each other, and you see them gesturing with their hands, and they stand, both of them stand at where Gemini is lying on the ground.
Yeah.
And they pick him up both on the one arm and kind of lift him up.
Yeah.
And they start dragging him away.
I'm gonna get the window open.
Okay.
And I'm gonna cast a magic missile at level 3. So that's what? 4 plus 2. No, 3 plus 2. So that's 5 darts. And just go, don't you dare take my Gemini! And have 3 of them hit one guy and 2 hit the other.
3, 1, 2 of the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's that? That's D4 plus 1.
Okay, well, they don't get any rolls for that, so...
No. So one guy takes 8 damage.
All right. Just give me the total of the amount of damage.
Okay, total another 4, and 2. 18 points in total.
For the first guy?
No, the first guy has 8 points in total.
Okay.
And the other guy has 10 points in total.
Okay, so 8 and 10.
Yeah, I was already giving you the totals.
Sorry, no. I mean the total per person. But yeah. All right. You see them both being struck by your magical missiles. And do you do anything else? Because this now is your turn once again.
Yes, and she would probably. It's a 1-floor building, yeah. So she would probably jump out the window and to move up to them to get closer.
Okay. All right. So you hop out of the window and you start moving in their direction.
Yes, because I hope I can do that as part of my movement.
All
Or
right.
bonus action or something like that.
There we go.
Yes.
Tarek, this will be the time where you start to walk up towards the farm. You have been walking for many, many days now, asking around here and there, and you have, well, you didn't really need to ask around. You've just, if you listened, you heard where you needed to go. And you see now in the distance, roll your perception.
Let's see. There we go. Natural 20.
There we
Yes. Best addition to the party ever.
Yeah, it's going to be all downhill from here.
Start with the best, end with the worst.
Yeah.
You see in the distance, you see a couple of figures. One hiding behind a bush. Two holding
The sexiest man he's ever seen.
exactly.
I was still behind the bush. We talking about?
And you see a gnomish woman jumping out of a window and running towards them. The two holding this dragonborn, which please describe yourself, Gemini.
Oh, Gemini is crazy looking. He wears all black. If you've ever played Final Fantasy VIII, Leon Squall, his jacket, but long in the back, like a long tail, big pink fur, pink and purple patches all over it with different things inscribed in each one. He's half gold on the left side and half like tan human on the right. And his hair is shaved on the sides and jet black that goes down. And it has a heart on one side and a spade on the other, pink and purple. He looks insane, and he has a bunch of pink and purple piercings on his eyebrows and ears.
Okay, so he stands out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's not your run-of-the-mill dragonborn. No. Ellie, why don't you describe yourself as well?
Yes, she is a fairly tall, actually, gnome. That probably just has some residual like glow going on about her. It's slightly gold from her magic, and because whenever she does her magic, she glows up, or parts of her at least. So, and she is currently hairless and eyebrowless, with some gold patches that, if you were to be real close, would look a little bit like scales. She's wearing kind of nondescript clothes at the moment. Pants and some kind of shirt or vest or something. Probably got some of her older clothes, but it's, suitable for living on a farm rather than being out and about.
Okay, and as a gnome, you're pretty much like a 7-year-old's height or something like that?
She is about 5 feet, I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
5 feet.
Oh.
Okay, that's pretty tall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a real tall gnome.
She's a real tall gnome. Wait, let me check if I wrote it down. No, never mind. 3.1 feet.
Okay.
That sounds more
There
like
we go.
It's feet. I don't do feet. Freaking non-metric system. It's weird.
Okay, there we go.
She's quite slim as well. She has green eyes, which might not be green anymore.
All right. Tarak, why don't you describe yourself as well? They don't see you yet, but, well, I mean, it'll be...
Yeah, sure. I'm a shirtless half-orc. I'm basically a muscle-bound, shirtless freak, kind of a very barbarian-looking, savage-looking kind of half-orc with a kind of a face mask helm that has like a skull face, like a Shao Kahn, like a skull on his face thing on the mask. And he's really muscle-bound. Like it's like he stands out for the muscle mass. He's like world champion weightlifter size, half orc. He has like a clay-ish, pigment on his flesh. He has like a loin cloth that kind of comes on the front and on the back loosely, and he has like a big like utility belt full of pockets and pouches and this that and backpack and all that. He has like little gloves on his hands that are more like just wrappings. The same thing for his feet. He's basically barefoot, but with some wrappings around them. And that's pretty much it on the kind of face of it. A little bit of hair maybe coming out of the neck of the helm, and yeah, he'll have like orcish, ugly teeth and chin with a beard sticking out from the helm, because the helm is like, it covers like the Batman portion of his face, so his mouth area is still visible with all the tusks and grotesquerie, sticking out. So yeah, he looks very intense, very savage, very monstrous on the outside. So that's basically what he looks like. But we're in the dark right now. So.
Yeah.
Big dark shape.
Yeah.
And because you rolled a natural 20, you will all three men, the two hiding and the two standing next to Gemini, have hoods on. But because you rolled a natural 20, you can actually tell, because the angle is just right from one of the persons standing there. You can tell that their skin is as black as the night itself, and you see a lock of whitish hair on kind of on the side of its hood. Can you guys please stop? It's super distracting.
Sorry.
I'll just point out that it's completely up to you whether or not Tarak has ever come across anything of this, like if he has any context to this. He is not of a very high intelligence, so he wouldn't have ever studied about stuff he hasn't seen.
You will most likely have seen similar looking entities in fighting arenas here and there.
All right. In that case, I'll be extra cautious, because I'm expecting that they can see me as bright as in daylight in the dark. So as soon as I spot them, if they haven't spotted me yet, I'll immediately go into like stealth mode. I'll immediately like crouch down and try to creep in closer. And as I would start to creep in closer, I would also start to go to my, especially since I spot that they are holding Gemini, that I get extra alert that this must be the police. I'll be going to my belt, and I'll be pulling out, as I'm sneaking about, my my flask, my magic flask of Titan Salve, and I'll be kind of I'll be rubbing I'll be rubbing my my giant oil on my
right.
on my
roll your initiative as well.
all right. Let's see.
Quick question, DM.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
Can I can in the dark? I assume there's these two guys carrying me. Can I see their faces by any chance? Recognize anything about them?
Roll your perception with disadvantage.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
My initiative was, I rolled a 19, so that's 21.
All right.
Not bad.
9.
9. Okay. No, you can't see what they're. You can't see their faces from this angle. Ellie, you have jumped out.
Yep.
And you are running towards them.
Yep.
You see one of them lets go of Gemini and just in a flash pulls his bow and just an arrow at you. Natural 20.
Oh,
Damn.
damn.
Roll your Constitution saving throw.
That better be some damn good oil you rub yourself with.
Oh, you have no idea.
Oh, hang on. 18.
18. You are struck by this arrow.
Yeah.
And you can feel this almost spidery like it's the silk of the spider just trying to cover you and just trying to strangle you from the inside of your body.
Ooh.
But for somehow your gnomish resistance isn't taking it, and you just push it back. You do, however, take 12 points of damage, piercing damage.
Yep.
So you are struck by this arrow, and all right. The other person grabs in a different way hold of Gemini, and it starts to dragging him away.
Okay.
And Tak, it's your turn. You are about, I would say, 60 feet or so away from the first one.
Right. Well, I will try to get as close as I possibly can.
You stealth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Roll your stealth.
Yeah, I don't want to. I want to minimize the possibility of getting hit before I get into striking distance myself. So stealth. Here we go. 13 plus 5, so 18.
Okay, so you start to move through the night towards them, and you do move at half your speed. But what is your usual speed?
My usual
40, right?
speed is what does it say? Walking is 40.
Yeah, from
But then again, being a monk, didn't I have the?
No, it should automatically add it up because usually normal
okay.
people move at 30. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. There you go. Okay. So yeah, I'm.
Okay, so you move 20 feet through the night. You could probably use your action to actually move 40.
Doesn't he have bonus action dash too? That don't monks have that as well?
They can use a key power to move in the
point,
wind.
okay.
Oh
there you go.
yeah,
Step the
that's
wind.
right.
That's right.
That's right. Well, yeah.
This changes everything.
No,
Yeah, you could probably pretty
Step one,
easily
step
get
one,
up to
step
them
one.
close because you are 60 feet away from one of them, the one hiding behind the bush.
Just behind one of their shoulders.
Yeah. Excuse me, what are you doing? Yeah.
I think you'll find that's mine.
Is this auntie residence? Yeah.
Yeah, if I have that dash thing, if I can dash, indeed.
Yeah, you can use one key power, and then I think you can do dash of the wind for step of the wind.
Step of the
And
wind.
you can then you can add you can move double your movement speed.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Oh yeah. It takes my bonus action of this turn. Right.
Goes up behind them. Be like, yeah.
Yeah.
Got
Okay.
some
Well,
miracle
yeah.
oil to set.
I'll write down. I used one key point, and I will indeed. I'll basically be sneaking around, just having my arms already like high up and having my back arched forward and my knees all bent, and I'm like going forward there.
Okay, but
Naruto
wait,
run.
sorry, just to be clear, are you sneaking? Because sneaking is at half speed.
Oh yeah, well, screw it then. I'll charge right in.
There you go.
It's all about aggression now. Okay, yeah, the dash is gonna be just straight up. Just
the first one
sprint,
hiding behind. Okay, there you go. So you still have your action then at that time.
Okay, yeah. So that was just my bonus action.
Yeah.
Okay. And just a clarification, I can use 1 key point per turn.
Use as
no,
many as you want.
I think
Oh,
you
okay.
can use as many as you want. Yeah.
I was just thinking that if I use this dashing thing, can I still use like flurry of blows on top of that?
Yeah, but you because Step of the Wind used your bonus action
Yeah.
to do this.
Right.
You don't have more bonus actions than just the one. So you
Right.
can't do Step of the Wind again because it would also cost a bonus action.
Yeah, but if I do flurry of blows, that means I have like as if I didn't do anything. I'll have like 1 extra.
It depends on what Flurry of Blows says. If it says use your bonus action to do another couple of attacks.
I think it's if you took the attack action as your
Yeah.
action this turn, you then get to do flurry of
okay.
blows.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, on
in
your
that case,
bonus.
I'll let's keep it simple then. I'll save that up for later. Indeed, I'll dash in, and my aim is to go in and grab the nearest wrist of an evildoer that I can.
That's the guy hiding behind the bushes. So yeah.
I
that's
thought you were
no
going to say Gemini.
I mean, he sure qualifies, but
problem. Gemini's a bit further away, so no.
Yeah. All right. In that case, I'll just sprint forward, and I'll just at that point when I get to that distance where I can actually close the distance, I won't care about any sense of stealth. I'll at that point just have my back straight, and I'll just yank a firm grapple indeed of that wrist.
Roll your attack.
All right. And now that I have my Titan Solve applied, you will have a hard time slipping away from my grasp.
We'll see about that.
Ah,
Oil makes
don't-
it more
don't you
difficult to
start
get
with it.
away.
yeah, don't you start with that.
Yeah.
maybe it's
Must be
more.
glue.
Yeah, it's
19.
super glue.
19.
19. Okay, so now the person needs to do either acrobatics or athletics to try to escape your attack, right?
Yeah.
But it's contested.
But he will
against his.
have, but
Yeah.
yeah, I got 19, and he will have disadvantage on this roll.
Okay, so he needs to roll higher than 19 with a disadvantage.
Mm.
Nope.
Yeah.
So you
Well-
grappled him.
Yeah. As I come in and I grapple on his wrist, I will immediately grab a hold of it with both of my arms, and I will just use my attack to try and just yank on his shoulder to pop it out of socket. And because I have grapple on him and I have the feat of grappler, I will have advantage on this attack now that the grapple is applied.
There you go.
Get fucked.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There we go. It's 23.
Someone's arms
23.
coming out of their socket.
It's coming off.
Hit.
So it is.
Taking
Rip it off and beat him with it.
No, this is just a hit, guys. This is just a hit.
Okay.
Yeah, you hit him.
All right, and damage is 10.
10 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beat him with the
Ouch,
wet
yeah.
end.
Hit him with the soggy end. Go on.
Okay, excellent. Is that your turn?
Yeah, because the bonus action was the dashing, so
Isn't that enough?
yeah, I have the regular action, I have an extra action, and I can use my bonus action as an attack, but I used it as the dash, so that was the grab. Yank.
You did good.
You did good.
The
We're-
fucker came
we're-
out of nowhere, oiled himself up, and ran in. Glistening in the moonlight. Sorry, did you say he was wearing a loincloth type thing?
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
they
God.
flap whichever way you want. So I'm sure there was.
Oh, he'll have wrappings underneath. Not to worry.
We might
You
be
won't lose
in-
your. You won't get nightmares, I guess.
We might be in Gemna's wet nightmare.
Or best dream.
I do an intimidation check.
Oh, dear.
Natural one. Oh,
Ellie, it is your turn.
Okay, yes. I have probably not seen any of that, right?
Roll your perception.
17.
17. You saw a blur just
Huh?
grabbing, kind of more or less like almost tackling or whatever, grabbing some fancy moves on something behind the fence.
Huh?
And you probably hear.
But okay, so something is going on there. Mental
Yeah.
note, check. That guy is still holding Gemini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other guy is kind of standing in front of you.
Yeah. So how far away are they?
They're about now, I would say, 20 feet or so away from you.
20 feet. And how close are they
Yeah,
to each
the
other?
first one. Gemini is probably 30 feet away from you.
30 feet away. And he is being carried by one guy completely.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, they actually move. So they're probably closer to 40 feet away from you.
Okay. But one guy is carrying Gemini.
Yeah. So
Okay.
they're moving really slow.
So Ellie is moving her full 25 speed, 25
Okay.
feet. She does her bonus action and does Misty Step
Ooh.
behind the guy that's carrying Gemini. Mushu that up. And she is gonna do a yes, she's gonna do a shocking grasp at the guy carrying him.
All right.
So she's gonna Misty Step up behind him and just grab on and do the shock.
Okay, so yeah, you kind of charge forward, and this
Yeah.
this person that's kind of standing between you and Gemini is making ready to receive you, and you just poof, you all of a sudden disappear and reappear behind the other guy.
Yes. And I'm basically going, let him go, you bitch! And that
You need to hit him, right?
Yeah.
I'll give you advantage on the attack because he didn't see this coming.
Nice. That's 24 to hit.
That hits.
Nice. So that's...
Does he need to roll like a saving throw, or?
No. He just takes 10 point of lightning damage.
All right.
And he cannot take reactions until next turn.
Okay. Nice.
So
Good job.
he is struck by golden lightning.
All right. There's this this flash of lightning, and for just a split second, the night, or at least that around you, is illuminated, and all two of you, Ellie and Tarak, you will notice that there's this moment of where the person you're grabbing and the person you're holding, Tarak, seem to not react very positively on this flash of light.
Like, do they like do something that seems like unnatural, or do they just like hiss or something?
No, well, they don't hiss, but you see them like squinting their eyes and just closing their eyes, averting it.
Okay.
All right. Tarak, the one that you're holding will try to escape your grab.
Okay.
He has disadvantage on it, right?
Yeah.
I
rolled a natural 1.
Oh, there we go. He rolled a 9 with disadvantage, but he still manages to escape.
So
I'm stunned by this. This is not supposed to happen.
Okay, so he escapes, and he is able to kind of worm out of your grip, and he'll try to stab you with a short sword.
All right.
Oh, rude.
That is 23. So
Oh,
assuming it
damn.
hits.
Yeah.
Um, Ooh. That is 3 points. Oh, sorry, no. 7 points of piercing damage
Okay.
and 10 points of poison damage.
Ah, Jesus. I need to finish these guys off quickly.
Ellie, the one that
Yes.
you have grabbed,
Yeah.
also pulls his short sword
Mhm.
and attacks you.
Okay.
Mm-mm-mm. That is 15.
Shield.
All right.
So that's a miss.
Ching!
That brings me up to 18.
And the second attack is again a 15. So
Yep.
both attacks miss you.
Yes. Good.
And the other one runs up.
Yeah.
And will attack you from behind. He'll kind of
Rude.
flank you. He'll have advantage on it, so that is 21 for the
yes.
first attack, and 16 on the second attack.
That's a miss.
All right, so that is, oh man, 5 points of piercing damage and 10 points of poisoning damage.
Ooh,
You,
that's 15. Damn. Yeah.
All right, Tarak, it's your turn.
All right. I'll be basically stunned by someone getting out of my grip. This might be the first time somebody's gotten out of my grip while wearing my my magic oils.
How rude.
And I'll just kind of like have my hands and I'll look through my fingers like at him and they will like lower like and I'll like I'll get at him. Is his back turned to me because he started flanking Ellie?
No, that's the other.
Yeah.
You have one all by yourself,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
Ellie is dealing with two.
Yeah, this is like facing me, just stabbing
Yeah.
me. Yeah, okay. Well, in that case, I will go and attempt a grapple again. And he will again have disadvantage on this. That is 23.
He gets a 9, so. Oh.
All right. I'm going to use a key point to use Flurry of Blows. So I will have basically my, that was my regular action. I have my extra action. I have my bonus action that's been doubled now. So 3 attacks on
3
him.
attacks, yeah.
Yeah, and I will have advantage on those because he is in a grapple. So basically what I do is, since he is basically in front of me, I will again go for his wrist. I will twist his wrist like his elbow there, especially after working on his shoulder already. I want to inflict further damage on that area. So here we go. 24.
Hits.
All right, and it does 6 damage.
All right.
So I'll basically, and then for the second attack, I will twist his arm into a hammerlock behind his back, and I will twist that upwards.
All right.
And that will be a 23 again.
Hits again.
All right, and that will do 7 damage.
All right.
All right. And after his arm is basically in the hammerlock behind him, I will push my arm underneath his twisted arm upwards from behind his upper back. I will pull my left arm in front of his face to get him into a standing cross-faced chicken wing, and I will yank that.
As you do. Yeah, I would have done the same thing. Yeah.
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 All right, at 23 again.
This one misses. No.
And that does 10 damage.
10 damage. Okay. All right. You are mauling his arm as you hear plunk, and you feel the person in your arms go limp.
All right. In that case,
and by the way, roll a perception check.
Oh, can I add that in the way of the open hand, you can choose when you're using key powers that there's like an extra effect, like I can kick his body further away and that sort of stuff. So basically, what I would like to do is, basically that I can push him 15 feet away from me if he fails a strength saving throw. But if he went limp, I guess I could just push him.
Just push him 15 feet away from you, and he just rolls 15 feet away on the ground.
There you go. And
like
you said perception check, right?
Yeah.
That was that's 18.
18. Okay. Yeah. You see three people now more or less lying on the ground. Well, Gemini has been put down as he been found. So yeah, three people are kind of lying on the ground. Roll your history.
Oh, okay. That's not gonna be very good.
Or history
-1
or medicine. Medicine.
Oh, medicine. That's my deal. Well, I rolled a natural 20.
There you go. You see these three people lying there, kind of static and just not acting and not moving at all. And you have seen this effect before. It's an effect of the poison that these creatures love to use, and they've clearly taken a strong dose of it, meaning that they are paralyzed more or less by it. You do know, however, that if you just give them a good slap, they'll at least be able to move.
I was dropped. Does that count as a good slap? It's like
No,
the Earth herself slapping me. Okay.
No, he made sure he put you down good enough that it doesn't count as a slap. He knows that what his poison does.
So the jolt from me shocking him does not count either then?
No.
Oh.
Let's try.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right. In this instance, I just want a clarification. How far is the remaining assailant and Gemini's motionless body away from me?
There's a very low fence between you guys. Other than that, I would say 30 feet or so.
Okay. All right. I can work with that.
Is this your turn?
No, I think I just did my turn.
Yeah, no, I know, but are you done?
No, I mean, I would.
You have movement, I believe.
You still have movement.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was like a bonus action to be using.
No, it's its own
No,
thing.
but this turn you didn't move. You moved your last turn, so you still have, I believe, 40 feet of movement.
There you go. I'll jump the fence.
Easily done. You can just step over it.
Yeah, and I'll basically get within reach of Gemini and the remaining assassin.
All right. So there are two assassins close by, and Ellie.
Oh, there was 3 in total.
Yeah.
Oh man, for
I
some
was
reason
taking
I
on
thought
2.
there was. Oh,
Mhm.
damn!
Ellie's a little bit of a terror.
Ellie
Oh.
was big, being kick ass. You were just toying with the leftover.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show off. Okay. Okay, so in that case, I'll just especially if they're both attacking Ellie, they'll be close by to one another, so I can get in and
Yeah. You could probably kind of create like a little train. Persons are flanking Ellie, and you could probably get behind the one that is flanking Ellie, and then you and Ellie would be flanking
Be
him.
flanking that guy. Yeah.
Mm.
I see.
So that would be probably, unless you, of course, you want to use an action to your next turn to slap somebody awake, then it would be smarter to be closer to somebody.
I was thinking that, and when you mentioned that there's 2 left, that kind of crystallized it to me that that's what I need to do. We need all the help we can get. I don't know if they're packing something heavier than they're now, and even this is pretty heavy. So yeah,
you get close to, because where Gemini is all the hubble and bubble going on. You see a halfling lying a little further away. He's probably, I would say, 50 feet away from you. And there is, you would say, an elf about 40 feet away from you. But they are like just lying there, and nobody's paying any attention to them.
Yeah, and I have no context. I have no idea who these people really are, so I couldn't evaluate who's. Gemini gets preferential treatment from me in this instance.
There you go.
Yeah, you'll get slapped, brother. That's your preferential treatment.
Okay, so you just move up to Gemini.
That's my number 1 priority right now, to slap him.
Then Ellie, it's your turn. You're
It's a lot of
flanked
people.
Not the
by,
first.
by
Yeah.
these assassins.
Okay, I just have a question. If rule cool can apply to this, if I were to drop lower to the ground and aim a burning hands upwards, could I hit both of them when they
Ooh.
try to lean in over me to hit me?
Burning Hand creates a cone, right?
Yeah, 15-foot
15
cone.
feet cone.
Yeah, I would say so. If you drop it to the ground, so if you go prone, you could do it not just by crouching and then standing up again. You would actually have to drop prone on the ground, and you could shoot it upwards.
Yeah, she'll do that.
All right.
She's just gonna go like down on her back and like
do the kitten defense.
yeah, exactly. And go burn. So Dex 15 save from them.
They both need to roll a Dex save.
And I'm gonna cast it at level 3.
How much did they need to roll?
15.
15. They both make it.
Okay, then they take half damage. That's 10, that's 14, 16. They take 8 damage each.
8 damage each. Okay.
That's not too bad.
Am I in the splash zone of this or no?
No, because
I dropped down.
You are standing behind the one to her, in my opinion, in my brain left. So
Gotcha. Cool.
And can I use some of my movement to stand up again?
You can, yeah. Half your movement to stand up.
Yep. And do I have anything else that's really cool that I want to use that I can use? I think that's actually. And I want to use my bonus action to Misty Step out of there.
All right, there you go. You just and you're
Yeah.
gone. Where do you move to?
Could I? Let's see. I want to get behind the new big scary guy that just popped up, because if he moves in to hit me as well, I'm gonna be really like in the thick of it. So I'd rather have him between me and the 2 other things in case they are enemies.
Sure.
because
yeah.
then he will be my meat shield.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
And also, he's going for Gemini. Fuck that! I need to stop him.
There you go.
So I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna show up right behind Tarak
Okay.
and basically say, "Who are you? Why are you touching Gemini?" Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. The two persons make gestures towards each other, just real quick, and they both start to run away. One runs towards Cal, and the other one just makes kind of runs and makes distance and gets to the tree and has a bit of cover there and just pulls his bow and keeps it pointed at you. And the other one grabs Cal and holds a knife to his throat. And calls out in a language I'm not sure any of you actually speak.
Question. My ring of comprehend languages doesn't say it requires verbal, somatic, or anything. It's just at will. So can I cast comprehend languages?
Probably, yeah.
I will cast comprehend languages.
Yeah, you just can't move. Your mind still works, so yeah. Actually, Ellie and Tarak, which languages do you speak?
Common and Orc.
Okay.
Common, Draconic, Dwarvish, Elvish, and Gnomish.
Then, Ellie, you understand what he's saying.
Ooh, what language is it?
It's Elvish.
Ooh.
You, of course, Cal, and maybe even you, Wheeler, as well, know this as well. And depending on you, Gemini, but you definitely understand it because because of your ring.
I cheat.
You hear him say in Elvish, but it's a strange dialect. You haven't heard it a lot before, as he just says, "We just come for the half face. Give him to us, or your friends die." We're gonna, well, Tarak, it's your turn.
All right. How far was Cal from me? Where the knife thing is happening?
He is probably, I would say, 40 feet away from you.
Okay, so I could make that distance. Well, in that case, since Gemini is right there on my next to my feet, I will have enough focus on the situation and how dire it is, not to mind the threats coming from the child next to me. I will commence with the slappage, and I will, I will,
All right.
I will basically
As slap
just
referee, I'll allow it. Yeah.
Yep. I'll give him a straight
Very
up,
good.
like all the way from the up, just like off your ass and on your feet, brother. And I'll slap him awake. And
Hogan?
repeatedly after doing that, I will try to get the guy who's holding the knife on Cal's.
All right. No. It'll take an action to slap him.
Yeah, and does it? And then I'll have my movement to close the distance, the 40 feet.
You have a second
And-
action and your
Yeah,
bonus.
and okay. In that case, I will use the first action to try and grapple him once again, and I will go for the knife wrist again.
All right. So you dash forward and you try to grab the knife holding to his throat.
Yeah, so that I'll have like resistance to him just pressing it down on it or anything.
All right. Before, as you dash forward, you are being shot. You start to move forward, and there's
Ooh.
this arrow coming towards you.
But I'm a monk, bitch. I can grab that. I have the
Bitch, you thought.
yeah, I have the I have the deflect missiles reaction deal
Yeah.
as a monk. So
Can't
basically,
touch this.
yeah.
Hammer time.
Hammer time, yeah.
Hammer
Ironically.
time. So basically, when I'm being shot at, it's reduced by 1d10 plus my dexterity modifier.
All right, so I'll roll for damage.
Yeah.
And he hits you, but he would damage you for 7 points of damage.
Okay, so that is that is 9 in total. So
All right, so
yeah.
you grabbed the bolt. You can see that there's actual poison dripping off of the bolt. I believe you can also use a key point to actually throw the bolt back at the person.
Yeah, you can.
You can.
Yeah, but I
If you want
actually,
to.
yeah,
You don't have to.
I've already spent 2 key points, and I really want to spend 1 right about now on the guy with the knife. So I think
Stab
I'm
it
gonna
with the
take a pass on. No, I'm not about that stuff.
So you just catch it and move onward.
Yeah, I'll just catch it and well, damn it, I'm strong. I'll just and break it in half.
All right.
And go on with the grappling.
Yeah, this all happens in a fluid motion, so you don't stop.
Yeah, it's
Catch
a
it,
pirouette in
break
the
it,
air.
yeah,
Just
so you don't even really need to catch it. You can just slap it out of the air if you want to. So you just keep moving towards the guy holding Cal.
Slap it in half. Slapsgiving continues.
Karate chop, yeah.
yeah, slap somebody awake. I can slap arrows out of the air. When I use my healer's kit, I'll be just slapping people.
Yeah. Yeah. Here, take some ointment.
Apply vigorously.
All right, attack the guy holding Cal.
Yeah, here we go.
Just so you know, you have. I just want to give you the option. You could also use an action to slap Cal and kind of get him up and running.
Yeah, that's true, but
it's just so
no.
You have all the options.
Thanks for the pointer. It's just that because I don't know him and I know myself, I trust myself
to grapple him. Got it.
Yeah. So yeah, I rolled an 18, so 18 plus 7, 25.
More than enough to hit it.
Good. Then I have him in a grapple. I will use a key point so that.
Oh, sorry. Wait. He needs to roll then, of course, to get out of the grapple, right?
Yeah, but he has disadvantage.
Yes, I know. And with a 6, he isn't able to.
Pathetic. Now that I have him in grapple and I use a key point to get flurry of blows again, I will now basically have 2 attacks at him. And now that I have him like grappled on the wrist, I think I'm going to headbutt him while I'm holding it, just and yeah, I'll just give him 2 very stern headbutts.
There you go.
See if I can break his nose or something. There we go. That's 19.
All right, that hits.
And damage is 8.
8? Oh man, this guy has had 8 points of damage.
And the second headbutt, that's 20 in total.
Also hits.
And it does 10.
Damn it! All right. So you immediately strike again at the same spot.
Yeah.
Twice, doing the second time, doing a bit more damage because it was already kind of nice and tender. Okay, Ellie, it's sorry, Gemini. Please roll your initiative.
That's 22.
22. Then you, my friend, are first.
Okay. First I'm gonna get up and
So that's half
I'm
your
just-
movement.
yeah. Everybody dies, and I'm gonna turn towards
Yes!
towards the one that ran off into the bush because he seems to have that other motherfucker. What's up with that dude? How far away is he?
He's also about 40 feet away from you, maybe 45, and he has partial cover.
Partial cover, but I can see him.
Yeah.
Mock
Okay.
him.
I will then.
Fine, but not because you told me to.
Not because I told you. I will. How far away am I from Ellie?
Ellie is standing 5 feet away from you at most.
Damn.
I was
All
gonna
right,
protect you against Batork.
Gotcha. I'm gonna run 15 feet up, which is the remainder of my movement speed, which puts me within 30 feet of that dude, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And Ellie's behind me. Yeah, I'm gonna give Ellie some bark inspiration.
Nice.
All right. So this is to the theme of Sweet Home Alabama. Big wizard, keep on burning. Do 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 do. We got a stoic paladin, or we had do do, singing songs about my companions. But there's one you can't forget, and I don't mean grim. Doodly doo 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 doo. Well, I heard a mysterious thing about her. Rumors going around the town. She's got golden dragon scales. I guess I'm not the only one around now. Do 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 do. Sweet no Malihana. Do 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 do. Can't be more than 3'2". Sweet no Malihana. Yeah, girl, you know this song's for you.
Nice.
Amazing.
And then we are going to cast suggestion on the gentleman in the bushes.
All right.
And
It
that
does.
suggests he is going to have to make a Wisdom 14 saving throw.
That's William Shatner.
Yes, he is going to have to make a Wisdom
Wisdom
14
saving
through.
Captain Slaw.
With a natural 19, he makes it.
Sons of bitches. All right, then I will flip him off fervently. That's my turn.
There we go. Then Ellie is.
She's like, wait, he's within 120 feet, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would say so. Yeah.
He has
120.
Yeah.
Just about. Yeah.
okay, cause he's gonna get hit by 4 very shiny, lovely golden magic missiles.
There you go.
Cause she's gonna cast it at level 2.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yes. 17 points of force damage.
Ooh, and I'm assuming this is the one behind the tree, right?
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
His head
17.
explodes.
You see as it just drops to the ground.
And stay down!
Oh.
Gemini, you okay?
So angry. Must kill. What's happening?
Kidnapping you! And then she's gonna look for Wheeler and try to move up towards Wheeler.
Tarak, you are being attacked by the guy you have grappled. Does he attack you regularly, or does he have disadvantage on those things? I don't think so.
He's,
Right?
if he's being grappled, he has disadvantage, I believe. I'm
No,
not positive. Let me double check. I might be entirely wrong.
No, he doesn't have disadvantage on it.
Yeah, it's more about like he just can't get off and help his buddies or anything like that.
Okay. So you see him touching you, and there's this, and you go completely blind.
Ooh.
And he will try to escape your grapple.
Mm. Oh yeah, I gotta roll.
Yeah.
Does the blindness affect my roll in any way?
No, because it would if you don't already have a hold of him, but you're already holding on to him.
Yeah.
He gets a 10.
Okay, I get a 20.
All right, so he doesn't manage to get out. Ellie and Gemini, you will both see this cone of darkness or this sphere of darkness just blocking all your vision.
Okay.
So, Tarak, it's your turn.
Okay. Well, I have him in a grapple already,
Yes.
so I'm going to enjoy this.
As you should.
Yeah, I'm going to use my 4th key point to use Flurry of Blows again, which means I now have 4 attacks on the guy. I'm going to I'm holding his wrist with both my arms, and I've been headbutting him, and he now blinded me with some sort of magic trick.
Yeah. You will have, you would usually have disadvantage on your attacks against him, but because you have advantage on your attacks against him, it's a straight roll.
Hmm. Well, I'll basically, yeah, I'll start attacking him basically. I'll continue with the headbutts.
All right.
I'll do the first headbutt. Let's see here. That is 23.
Hits.
And damage is 9.
All right.
And as I grab it, I hold his hand or wrist, and the darkness happens. I'll just let out a chuckle, and I'll say, "There must be something wrong with your perception, brother." And I'll headbutt him. Then I'll go for the second one. That is 19.
Hits.
And that is 7 damage.
All right. You hear a crack.
And
you feel as your face is just kind of planted in him, you feel warm more than you already felt. Warm liquid just running over your face.
Yeah. And after I take my face off of that gory mess, I'll continue by saying, because you see, when you look at these veins and they're bigger than your arms, and I'll smash him again. Then I'll do the third one.
The darkness disappears. You don't need to roll to hit him again anymore. You're just
okay. Then I'll continue on with my ramble, as I'll basically just be holding his wrist in a situation where I think I'm basically fighting for my life. I'll say, and when you look at my arms and they're bigger than your legs, you know you messed up, brother. And I'll make it a final headbutt to basically make sure he falls limp on the ground. Yeah, I wasted a key point, but there you go.
He's out.
Yeah, I'll if the darkness has disappeared from around me, I'll want to make sure he's not dead, because that was not my intent. Even though I kept doing the thing, I don't want to crack his skull and mush his brains up or anything, but I just want to see with my medical skills, I can make a judgment call on him.
He's dead.
Oh dear.
No, really, is he dead?
No, roll your medicine.
Okay. How much was it again? 5. Oh, that's 18.
18. He's not dead, but he's close to it.
Damn it! I'll need to make a judgment call here. Gemini and Ellie are both actively
Oh yeah.
Well, in that case, since I have Cal right there next to me, my aim is to next basically slap him and just wake up, brother. And I'll immediately after that I'll turn my attention to making sure this guy doesn't die.
All right. Okay, Cal, you are slapped by an orc, and you're like, what the hell? But you've seen this orc rushing towards you and wrestling with the guy holding a knife to your throat. We're out of initiative now, so what do you guys do?
Fun fucking Wheeler. Where the fuck is he?
You look around. Where the hell is Wheeler? And it takes a moment for you to actually find him because he's like underneath his cloak, still pretty well hidden. But you find him.
I assume Cal was being held up, so he's lying on the floor again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's sort of waking off the poison. So he's sort of slowly getting up off the floor.
Jim and I will walk into the forest very angrily where the guy got exploded by Ellie, and he's gonna check the body. Is it dead?
Yeah.
Okay, then he's just gonna check, see if he knows who this person is, take all his shit. He's gonna leave him butt naked, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Gonna steal everything he's got, see if I know anything about him.
All right. It takes a while for you to strip everything he's got off of him, but yeah. So what do you do, Ellie?
Wheeler?
You found Wheeler. Yeah.
Wheeler, wake the fuck up! You can't sleep yet! Wake up!
How many hit points do you have left, Wheeler?
All of them.
Just kidding. No,
Yeah, like 39.
you slap him for 40 points of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is those damn gloves? She still has them on, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Shocking grasp, was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. You slap Wheeler awake, and he. By the way, Gemini, Wheeler, and Cal, you are now all awake, but you can definitely feel that the poison is still active in your body.
Right.
Which basically means you get disadvantage on all your ability checks and attack rolls.
Fun.
But it also means just roleplay wise that you feel like, oh
Yeah.
fuck, I'm like
You feel sluggish and
yeah,
slow
and you feel sick.
Do you feel hammered?
So Cal will sort of roll over and see this orc sort of crouched over a rather dark-looking elf. I assume.
And he's trying to stabilize this elf.
Mm-hmm. I'll look at him and go, you orc, is he still alive?
Barely.
Is any more of them still alive?
No.
Is Wheeler's awake? Yeah. Okay.
Wait, yeah.
Ellie is gonna load up a firebolt and turn towards Tarak and basically go, "Who the fuck are you and why are you saving him?"
Gift horse mouth.
I'll be basically while she's saying that I'm going through I broke his nose like 100 places. I'll most likely be doing whatever one needs to do to mend everything, all that, whatever it takes. And I'll just say, "'Cause I'm not a goddamn killer."
Ellie, it also makes sense if we keep one of them alive to find out who the fuck just attacked us.
Bad people! They're trying to take you!
From what I could see, they were trying to hold a knife to my throat. From what I could feel.
Yeah, after trying to take care of Gemini. So, who are you? Where did you come from? And what the fuck was the studying you did over there? She's gonna throw the firebolt that way.
I'll basically raise my head and survey the situation. Seeing, I want to firstly spot where Gemini is, and
you see only parts of him because he's close to the tree where the other person was.
but basically I see that he's present.
Yeah.
Okay, and I will also want to spot out where the guy is whose shoulder I messed up.
Yeah, he's out of sight. He was on the other side of the fence, so you can't see him.
Okay,
It's like
okay.
a low shrubbery.
Ellie shot a firebolt that direction.
I'll once I survey the situation, I'll just grunt out, mercenary.
Was there more? It was directed at Hammer.
Oh, what was there more? What?
Was there more mercenaries? You looked over there.
No, I work solo.
No, I
Who
meant
you working for?
He works solo.
Who? Who's paying you?
I'll just wondering. I'll basically answer that by again looking at Gemini, and then I'll be looking straight at Ellie, and I'll just say, "Well, who the hell are you to ask?"
The owner of this fucking land!
Nice, happily stealing shit.
At this point, Wheeler, I'm sure, will have very, very slowly picked himself up off the ground. Little bit of a bruised ego, having like been all sneaky, humping out, and just essentially lying. Were they was I conscious? Like, could I see all the shit that was going on?
Yeah.
I was just, so we started like lying there watching all this happen, going, all right, fuck, cool. So he'll have he'll dusted himself off, and he'll sort of be like co-owner of this farm, and he'll shout in thieves' camp to Gemini, and he'll be like, "Do you know this big bastard?"
Never seen him in my life.
Cool. And you'll have heard, "The trees are very tall." "Yes, but I'm a shrub," or something to that effect.
Will I recognize that as two people speaking in thieves' cant?
Roll your intelligence.
No,
Here we go.
no.
You might roll good.
7 in total.
7.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
lucky number.
What the hell do trees have? Why would they care about their tree? Stupid.
Why is that man saying he's a shrub?
Anyway,
okay.
when everybody's kind of gathering there, and especially Ellie is talking back to me in a firm voice, I'll kind of look at everybody and ask.
Sir Wheeler keeps a distance and keeps his hand in his crossbow.
I'll
Cal
basically-
has walked off towards where the bolts came from and where he was looking.
All right.
All right. I'll basically just ask you Gemini's companions.
Who's asking?
Gemini's our companion.
His bodyguard.
What?
Prove it.
Do I have anything to prove it?
You have a letter.
Oh, okay. Matter of fact, I'll kind of look again to Gemini's direction, and I'll see if I can like have the elf in a spot where I can basically leave him to, so that he'll be all right enough
Yeah.
to. For me.
Just so roll your medicine to see how well you were able to stabilize it.
Okay. 14.
14. You don't really want to leave this person unattended. You still need to apply pressure. If you would now get up and walk away, he'll probably die.
All right. Well, I'll keep
We got a
applying the
squirter.
I'll basically I'll keep applying the pressure there, and I'll say there's a layer of sail in my belt. I can't take my hands off this bastard right now. I don't want to lose him.
Wheeler will magic hand near him and be like, which pocket?
The
You
big
see a
one.
magical hand appear.
Come on. And no.
It'll be folded there.
You'll lift out anything leather-ish.
All right. How much gold do you have left, Tarak?
I'm actually not if D&D Beyond didn't take away any of my gold when I took my inventory, and I haven't manually taken out any of it.
Oh, okay, well, you'll probably also, as you're kind of looking,
Not a lot.
Wheeler, you'll see a well-filled pouch, but nothing like
Well,
super like.
Wheeler loves a well-filled pouch.
Yeah.
Would he? Nah, he probably wouldn't rob him.
All right, so
Not
you
right.
Not
pick
yet.
out you pluck out the letter, and the magic hand kind of floats back to you.
Well, no, he'll give it to Ellie, so he'll like
Alright.
magic hand it. So go.
Cal, you will have moved to where Tarak has looked, and roll your survival.
Survival.
Yeah.
A bow's drawn as well, by the way. Survival is not going to be great. Must be. This would be disadvantage anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, because you're poisoned.
That natural 20 doesn't matter then. That's survival. That is
Sorry.
only 8.
8. You
What a shit
definitely
hunter.
see signs of struggle,
Mhm.
but you don't see anybody here.
There's nobody there.
Nope.
Cal will shout back to the group and go, "How many was there of them?"
3.
3.
Probably.
Right, so right. Gemini, you
Yes.
got one over there?
Yes.
All right, so that's 1, 2, 3. There's nobody here.
Nope.
It looks like we're missing one.
Well, stay alert then.
One's got away. I'll hop over the fence and see if I can. I look around randomly to see if I can catch anything. So
You look around. Roll your perception.
disadvantage.
Yes.
That is a 16.
A 16. Nope.
No signs.
Wheeler, as you kind of have your hand, your magical hand, kind of float back and hand it to Ellie, you're kind of, well, I don't know. I'll leave it up to you what kind of emotions it draws forward, but you can tell that the dexterity of your hand is seemingly also affected by the poison coursing through your body. So it's not like bouncing up and down and stuff, but it's definitely not as nimble as you imagine, as you remember.
So I can picture it that it's sort of holding it like this, and I'm Ellie, and it's just like, oh, here's the letter. Sorry.
It's not that bad, but yeah, it's close to that. Yeah.
Grab it. She's gonna read.
But usually you would be able you would be able to pick locks and stuff with the dexterity of this hand, but it feels off, and just like your entire body feels off at this point. Ellie, you are given a letter.
Yeah.
Gemini, roll your perception,
Sure.
and on
Sorry,
this one,
just
you actually don't get disadvantage.
side note: does Wheeler still have an arrow in him?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
9.
Mine, I'll need to
9.
deal with that at some point.
Yeah.
Sorry, no. All right, you take the letter, Ellie. You see it's sealed. Tharak, just so FYI,
Mhm.
you were instructed to, if needed, hand this letter to Gemini.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was thinking about that, but then again, I am on her yard.
Yeah.
So it's like, but basically, as I'm holding on the pressure and she's fiddling with the letter there, I'll kind of raise my head up, and if I see Gemini,
You see, it's kind of a strange because you only see like the a part of the back of Gemini, and you see his body is making strange movements, like he's like pulling off pants and pulling off jackets and stuff, and
Didn't think he was into that.
he's stripping him down, man. It's just,
Her body.
I'll in that case, I'll just turn to Ellie and say, "It's meant for Gemini's eyes." But there you go. That's my proof.
Can I hear any of this?
yeah.
What is meant for my eyes? How much crap do I have off this guy?
Oh, you almost have him completely stripped.
Okay, I'll just drag what I got so far back over, dump it, and
Yeah.
what is meant for my eyes? What's happening here?
This letter, she would wait till Gemini gets there. He claims that this proves that he's here for you as your bodyguard.
My bodyguard. I don't have a bodyguard.
See?
Let me
Terry
see.
says you do.
Who now?
Hand me the letter, Ellie.
You see the letter is sealed, Gemini, by a familiar seal.
Mm-hmm.
Gives it away reluctantly. You can tell she wanna read it too. She's
Well,
really curious.
Take the letter, and I'll say thank you, and then I'll go run back behind a tree.
No, you stay in sight. They try to carry off, so if there's more, you're staying in sight.
But I'll
They
just be
want
behind
to
this.
kidnap.
Just
No,
just
they
behind it,
want
just
to
a tree.
murder
It's
you.
so- I'll be in the house, and Gemini turns and runs in the house.
All right.
Put the kettle on. We've got a guest.
Fluffles, watch him.
I'll kind of,
Yeah.
I'll also, sorry, I'll just look around and I'll just kind of say under my breath, anybody know any healing magics around here?
Look at watch him.
Well, that's a funny story.
Yeah.
No.
Keep applying pressure.
All right.
Just let them die.
Gemini's gonna read his letter. Make sure nobody's watching.
Okay. It is a letter by a familiar person to you. And this person has informed you that there has been more than one attempt on this person's life. And there is apparently somebody after her, and she believes they might be after you as well. So she found this mountain of a man. And man is with like in quotation marks, and she saw what he was capable of, and knew that it was a while ago since you were given a present. So
she gave me a man. Got it.
yeah, she said like, you know, he'll watch you and you'll watch him, and who knows what happens.
How did you know?
A lot of watching.
Must be a past Christmas gift.
Well, the letter is filled with quips and with little jabs, but at the it says, please take care of yourself. Love.
Roll up the letter, put it with the other one, and head back out.
Well,
In Thieves' Cant, Wheeler will be like, is he good? Still hand on the crossbow.
I think so. How did you come to know her?
The pit fighting circuit.
Where?
Oh no.
It's not me this time. Yeah.
I don't think we discussed any specific location
It's in
names.
Nazir.
Oh, sorry, where?
Nazir.
Cal's on his way back, by the way.
I'll say the fighting circuits of Nazir.
And why are you helping her?
Because that's what I do. And I'm not just a prize fighter. I'm also a mercenary for hire.
So she hired you.
Yes. I don't just work for anybody. I work for those who I respect.
Why do you respect her?
Because she's a great warrior.
I'm gonna roll insight.
All right. You have disadvantage.
Yep. Still not bad. Okay. 18.
18. Tarak, how truthful are you?
Oh, I'm totally sincere.
Yeah.
When you met her, did she have anybody with her?
She was being hounded by certain parties, but she dealt with them in an impressive manner. And I suppose she put down on the letter all the details of how and why I'm needed.
Who the fuck are these people?
I don't know. But they want you dead, apparently. Or for some other nefarious reason.
Yeah.
Regardless.
I'd argue they want me captured.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so because they were trying to carry off.
I'm gonna go check through all the crap I got off the person, see if I can find anything to figure anything out.
At least gonna move up to the guy Targ is trying to save. Be like, should I do the mine thing?
Are you trying to save him?
He's.
Gemini's gonna roll his eyes and he's gonna scream, "Stop dying, pussy!" And he's gonna cast Healing Word, and that'll be his healing word.
Nice.
All right.
One. So he gains, what is that? Five hit points.
5. You feel under your fingers, Tarak. You feel some wounds closing and stuff, and you see the eyes of this, which you now all clearly see. It's a member of the Drow race, and you see his eyes reopen, and he regained consciousness.
Well, in that moment when I noticed that I no longer need to like his life is no longer in just my hands,
Yeah.
I'll look around, and do I notice anybody else but Wheeler having like an obvious an injury, like he has the arrow sticking out, right?
Oh yeah, no. You. I'm assuming that they've taken at least the arrows out, but both Gemini and Cal also have. Cal especially, he has 3 arrows, or had 3 arrows in his back. And,
Cal immediately jumps onto the situation, and he's on top of the elf with a sword out at his neck.
Okay. Well, if he's gonna jump into action with that, I'll turn to Wheeler. I'll just pull my my healer's kit, just kind of let it roll open, and I'll just let me look at that, brother.
Again, thieves' cant to Gemini. Definitely good.
From what I can gather, I trust that he won't kill us immediately.
Good enough for me. Yeah, please. Touch switch to common and be like, yeah, cool. Go for it.
I'll look after his wounds.
all right. You notice that Wheeler and Gemini are frequently switching to, "Hey, you want some tomatoes?" No, I don't have any good tomatoes. Okay,
The pickles
yeah,
aren't
sure,
ripe.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Are you Pickle Rick? I'm Prickle Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trained to deal with physical wounds, not like
Yeah.
emotional ones, so
So I go, must have hit his
God,
head.
Rick.
All right, so Cal, you are on top of this this drow.
Yeah, Ellie's
having a
standing over the
knife,
head. Basically,
He's slowly
looking
waking up,
down.
isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. And Gemini, you are going through his stuff. You're having a bit of a hard time though to
Oh yeah.
really clearly go through it all because A, you're poisoned. B, it's pitch dark out here. So you don't really feel comfortable to in detail go through all of it because you might overlook details in this dark.
I'll sigh, kind of make sure everything's right there, and then I'll look back over at Kel and Allie. I'll notice what he's doing with Wheeler. I'll notice the pink cushion that is Cal, and say, you get health as well, and I'll just cast a healing word at level 2 because fuck everybody else right now. So that's 2d4. There we go. Let's see here. You gain not much, 6.
All right, Kel, you regain 6 hit points.
Nice.
And I'll just kind of meander over to the thing that's there waiting to die.
Yeah, it's lying there with a knife to its throat, and
Yeah.
it looks at the two of you.
Cal. Well, first before this, Cal actually, while he's waking up, he actually looks into his mouth to see if there's anything in his mouth.
All right, you open his mouth, and he kind of tries to resist, but you see nothing.
Nothing.
No.
All right.
Pull all his teeth out just to be sure.
Ellie find
And the
his
tongue.
daggers or short swords.
Yeah. You would take. There's a bow pressed underneath his back, and he has a short sword in his scabbard.
She's gonna.
Oh no! Wait, it probably dropped to the ground. Yeah.
She will quickly go get it, and basically hold on to it as an extra weapon.
All right.
A short sword. Oh well, never mind. It's okay. And he's gonna do. I'm gonna find out what he's thinking.
You take the short sword.
Yeah.
All right. Roll your dexterity saving throw.
No. Yeah.
Stabs Cal in the back.
Yeah. Must kill everybody. Yeah.
That's not great. I don't think adding a d6 to it will help. 5.
5. You grab the sword and you feel this, and you're pissed with yourself because your mind is clearly not reacting fast enough. As you grab it, you feel this spike just pushing into your hand, and you're like, ah!
Through the glove? Through the glove?
Yep. Through the glove.
Motherfucker.
You take 15 points of poisoning damage.
Oh,
She goes down.
she goes
Gemini.
down.
Unconscious.
Oh, son of a bitch! I'll
I know, I got
abandon
it.
Wheeler.
Oh, bitch.
Allie, get back. Allie, get back up and cast healing word.
Oh, okay. I was just.
Yeah, how much do I heal?
4.
4.
Oh, you feel your hand is like it's like throbbing.
Wheeler will shout over to Ellie, "Don't pick up shit!" For fuck's sake."
And she's gonna throw a fireball to the fucking elf. Because what
Yeah.
the fuck? This is not fair.
Ellie, no, we need this alive. See the fire
Plus-
igniting her hand.
Yeah,
She's
plus
not
Cal's
really
on top of
aiming-
him, like, so.
She's
You
probably
feel the,
not
see the
aiming
fire
for
also
him.
pulsing as
Yeah.
your hand is pulsating.
So we'll
like-
probably just hit near his head. That's what I'm thinking. She's not actually trying to hit, and it's probably hurting too much. But it's like,
Yeah, you see the drow kind of closing its eyes as the fire just
Nice.
ignites next to it.
Cal will switch to Elvish, and he'll try to
Comprehend
talk.
languages.
He'll try to talk to the drow. He'll turn in and go, "You speak Elvish?"
He looks at you.
It's a simple question. Not trying to look for any big answers. Just do you speak Elvish?
Yes.
All right, we're getting
Ask if
somewhere.
he speaks common and call him a bitch.
Is this in Elvish or is it in common?
No, I'm saying that in common. I don't speak. I can just comprehend. I can't speak it.
Sure, whatever. Right. Let's start with your name.
If he's
All
not
right.
answering, Ellie's
I
gonna
see
come
this is
closer.
going to get complicated. He pulls out the knife he used for skinning.
Wait. Before you do that, I will cast suggestion on him. Wisdom 14.
He rolls a natural 19, so nope.
No, yes, go skin him. Yes.
Wheeler will cast comprehend languages, by the way. Just why does he do that? Just so I can get what the fuck they talk?
Is he
It's
reacting
nice
on the
that
knife? Is he reacting on the knife?
Probably not. Right, so I know you understand Elvish. That's good. That means you can understand what I'm saying. Right, so every piece of information you don't give me, I'm going to take a bit of flesh. I'm sure you've been through quite a bit of torture from the looks of you. So this is going to be fun for you. Anyway, he'll dig the knife in and take a section of flesh out. Just your name.
Answering, goddammit! Ellie's gonna speak in Elvish as well and do some what's it called? Predistigation and create sparks in front of his eyes.
He seems to like fire, so he does. Has anybody got is there any hot sticks still left from the fire? Could someone go grab one of them for me?
I think it's the light.
The light.
Ellie will grab a stick and bring it closer and see.
You moved over the fire, and it's still dark. You notice that as you kind of walk towards it, you feel the heat as if the fire is still burning.
Walk out of it. What the fuck?
I'm going to use disguise self and disguise myself as the corpse of his exploded friend. And stand behind Cal and just stare at him. And just wheeze and gasp.
Whenever, just sorry, but what's the orc's name?
Tark?
Tark. Whenever-
But I don't think he
No.
mentioned his name. Yet.
No,
No,
it was
no,
just,
no.
it was just to reference you.
Oh, yeah.
That was it. It was just whenever he's finished patching me up, Wheeler does the same, cast the sky self stance on the other side, so we're flanking him. Sorry, and that's 2 spell slots I've used actually. I need to mark. There we go, done. Yeah.
Really good at intimidation, these two, anyway.
Yeah.
Roll intimidation.
Tarak will be making just like mental notes of seeing which people are engaging in which level of sadism in here.
Yeah.
Do I have disadvantage? Disadvantage?
No, yeah. One of you gets to roll initiative intimidation, but you usually would get advantage, so it now cancels out the disadvantage.
I mean, metagaming, but I did quite a good roll there, just saying if you want to take mine.
Up to you. Up to you. I don't mind either way.
Yeah, no, it's a dirty 21.
Izunde.
Sunday. All right. Will we have a name?
Ellie's gonna come back without a torch.
Just nod to me. You don't need to answer this one, but I'm guessing you were paid for this. And I'm guessing you're not going to give the name of your employer, or are you willing to loosen lips?
Detect thoughts, because if Cal asked that, it's probably gonna be on his mind, even though he doesn't say it. So Cal is detecting thoughts here. Just that quick. Just saying. Wisdom save 14, but I will glance the surface thoughts anyway.
All right.
So first surface thought, and then the
shiny
save.
scalpel.
You
Gonna slice him up.
you see a measuring scale, and you see this like he's like weighing his options.
I'll just wheeze heavier.
And Ellie's gonna come back inside probably as well.
Wheeler will still be the dead person, but will light his hooded lantern. I'm assuming it's hooded, but it has like a channel that's, and he's just going to have that ready. If your man doesn't answer, he's then going to move forward and point that channel at your man's eyes.
As you, Ellie, see this measuring scale, which kind of is made up out of two sides, you all of a sudden see a third side like ploop, pop out, and he looks. Count Undle.
Does he say that, or is that in his head?
No, he says that.
Count Hundle.
Undle.
Right. Gemini, does this mean anything to you?
Everybody, Ellie and Gemini, roll your history.
Disadvantage?
Yeah.
With disadvantage.
You're poisoned. No, not you, Ellie. You're not poisoned.
Oh, okay. I just got hurt.
Not bad either way. 16 and 15 nat. So that's 18.
9.
9.
5.
Ellie, you think you've heard of the name somewhere. Gemini, you this name is familiar to you. He is a nobleman from your hometown, and he is known and is a ruthless man.
I'll use minor illusion to make my hand glow very brightly, and then I'll walk just one step forward, holding my hand like kind of close to me, not super close to him, and then
he's already squinting.
Oh yeah. I'll say, Kel.
Yeah.
Ask him why this count wants me.
All right. Getting to the difficult questions then. Right. Why does he want Gemini?
Oh no, he just pays. I don't ask questions.
Wisdom save 15 there, please. Because Ellie's still doing the mind thing, and she's gonna probe his mind a little bit harder.
It kind of makes sense, though. Don't think we're going to...
You tried to dig deeper?
Mm-hmm.
You can't. He makes a saving throw.
Oh, she's doing the sneaky eyes at him.
Tell me everything you know. Couple of years. No, it's going to happen right now. I walk over, I kneel down, I grab his fucking eyelid, I start reaching my finger down.
Tarax, he's close to losing his composure at the level of stuff that's going on. I'll just basically, because I'm not mending Wheeler anymore, I'll just start to kind of walk closer to everyone, just kind of loom in the background in a kind of judgmental kind of.
Right. Well,
passively intimidating presence.
Wheeler's going to dismiss the dead body look as well. Like,
I've kept mine.
Yeah, no. He's like, you know what? He's got this. I'm not needed here.
Mm.
And he'll go stand beside Torok, sort of little and large. Do the same pose as well.
Cal will actually speak back to the elf and go, right, well, as you can see, I was being actually nice. But I'll give you a way out. If you tell us everything you know, I'll heal you and you can be on your way.
Ellie looks at
Telling
Cal
you
like he's crazy.
everything I know takes years. What do you want to know?
Right. What do you want specifically, Gemini?
Anything regarding my sister, myself, the man trying to abduct us, how many people are out there trying to do this?
Count Andal approached us. He offered us money to bring you back, preferably alive.
And what of his party?
What?
Were you supposed to keep us alive or kill us?
It doesn't matter. It's just about him.
Right.
It's always about Gemini.
What can I say?
How handsomely did they pay you?
They paid for expense in the beginning, and depending on if we would bring him back dead or alive, we would get more or less.
Right. Well, at least you've been paid.
How did you find me?
You're not hard to track.
Yeah, okay, that doesn't answer my question. How did you find me?
We just listened. There's a lot of talk going on about you.
Yes. How many of you are there? How many more did he hire?
3 of us.
And where were you to meet? Where were you to rendezvous after this?
To bring you back to the city.
Where are the three, or were the 3 of you staying?
We were on the move, following you.
So you didn't have a camp. You just showed up here in the middle of the night like a fucking nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Bullshit. You have a camp. You have some place where you rested. You don't not rest.
He's an elf. He probably trances.
That's still rest. That's still stopping. You have to stop somewhere. Where was that?
2 hours away from here.
South? North?
South.
Okay.
Probably where we came from, yeah.
What would happen if you failed?
We picked up a clear trail from you, from Elfsbrook. You made a lot of friends there.
Yeah. You didn't have any residual thoughts towards your 2 companions by any chance? Because I don't think they're with us anymore.
We all know the risk of the work we do.
I assumed so.
It's a stupid fucking risk.
And on failure, what would happen then?
There is no failure.
It's
Oh,
usually
clearly
death.
there is. As you can see, you failed.
Have we?
Oh, let me check.
Ah!
I'll at that point I'll put my hand on Gemini's shoulder and I'll just say, "Ease up, brother."
I don't know you like that.
One more question. Do you have an antidote on you for your poisons?
No.
You carry poisons but don't carry an antidote. What if you cut yourself?
Then it's a good lesson.
You are truly incompetent. You're
This looks
terrible
like
at
the
your
worst.
jobs. You could be doing anything else. Do you know that? Do you know how easy it is just to steal? You don't have to come out here and die. How many of your people die? Is that why I don't see very many of you around? Because you go out and you do these jobs and you die left and right?
Cal puts his hand over Gemini and goes, Cal, I don't think he'll be able to sympathize or understand you. They live a different life.
I live a different. Look at me. Nobody understands me.
Yeah,
He
that's
understands
true.
what I'm saying.
In Thieves' Camp, Wheeler be like, I do, but what people here are like, pineapples or something like that.
I'm like pineapples.
Pineapples.
Turn back. Is there anything else you've neglected to tell us in regards to me, my sister, or this man?
If I were you,
You're not.
I'd head back to the city and hand myself in.
Why? I've done nothing wrong there, probably, that you know of, maybe.
Then you have nothing to fear.
Oh, I already have nothing to fear, clearly. You had over half of us paralyzed, and you still couldn't do it. You suck. You are terrible. Terrible. Stop it.
What would happen
Make
if
it
we
out of
let
here.
you go?
Turn your life around.
He would
Ansel?
probably come back.
And try again?
Well, Ellie, he can't do that without eyes and legs. Come on now. I mean what I said.
Wow.
No antidote, though. It's all right. Cal reaches back and pulls one of the bolts out of his back.
Mm-hmm.
You see him sort of visibly, his face screams in pain. Right. Well, you'll enjoy this then. He just jams it into his arm.
Last question time over.
The guy drops unconscious.
He's not dead, though.
He's heading there.
Would he need a heal to stay alive, or is he stable?
Yeah.
Right. I'll hit him with a. Let's see, where are we? I'll hit him with a level 1 cure wounds, just to make sure he's still alive for now. Anyway.
All right.
That's a. Oh, that's a max heal. That's 10 hit points.
There you go.
He wakes up to all my fingers just right in his face.
Does it look like the poison actually is still acting on him?
It's hard to say. You would have to examine it.
Tarek, you look like you're quite the medicine man. Does it look like that poison is maybe running through his veins?
Well, you tell me, DM. It doesn't look like that.
From this distance, you can't say. You would have to examine his body to see if the poison is, especially the part where the arrow went in. So you can't say it from just standing there looking tough. You'll need to
Okay,
down
I'll kind of like recognize that. I'll take a step forward and come in, and I'll
roll your medicine.
Yeah, I'll crouch down and I'll grab his. Was it hand that got stabbed?
I think it was in the
arm.
arm, so it was.
Arm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll grab the point and I'll kind of press on it and all that sort of whatever I normally do to check on these things. No, well, that's only 12.
12. No, you're pretty sure there wasn't enough poison on that dart anymore, or on that arrow anymore to actually take effect. Most of the poison has probably gone into Cal.
Looks like the arrow wasn't as potent anymore when you struck him.
Well, at least you're coming back for one of the three.
What was your name again?
You talking to the orc?
No, to the elf.
He doesn't understand you. You can't speak Elvish.
I've been talking to him this whole time. He's been
Oh, yeah.
responding. I
Dang
assume
it.
he understands common.
Ah, fuck! No, you can't. He doesn't speak. He only speaks Elvish.
I'm guessing Cal's been mediating.
Okay, yeah, we'll
Yeah.
do that bullshit we did
Well,
the last.
Okay. Sorry, yeah, that's my bad. He doesn't even know you're.
You're just dangling like
Yeah.
light fingers in front of his eyes. Like, what do you want?
I'll give you all the things. So, ask him what his name is again, unless you recall it. What's his name?
The man next to me wants to know your name again. Did I hear that?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Fuck you.
Well, Mr. Fuck You.
What does fuck you
Okay.
sound like in Elvish?
So I'll call him by his name and I'll ask, what are you going to do if you get to live this evening? I suggest you start a different profession entirely. What do you think about that? Because here's the thing, you failed once. We're only going to get more powerful. You
As we
are
level
going
up.
to, if you come after us again, well, that time we're going to have to kill you. We may very well have to kill you tonight. So, what's your answer? Are you going to maybe move on to something else, something better, a brighter, well, not brighter, a different future for you?
Yes, I'll do something else.
Like
Insight.
What are your interests?
Become a farmer.
Insight.
Yep.
Do I even need to insight that?
That's super
It would-
insight.
yeah, it would have to be mushrooms or something that grow in
Yeah.
the dark, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, no insight for me. Fucking
11.
disadvantage.
Oh wait, I've got comprehend languages on it. Yeah, insight. Yeah, I forgot I could understand this.
No,
I'm
you
so
see-
used to being left out.
Wheeler,
17.
did you
That's
roll
plus
with disadvantage?
17. Oh, boo, no. 14.
He seems genuine.
Alright.
To
I
all of
suggest
you.
mushrooms.
Hmm.
Ellie's still not buying it. I mean,
Cal,
even if
Cal,
it's
tell him mushrooms.
because
Why?
Because
farming isn't that fun.
Yeah, well, that's what he says, and he seems to be genuine.
Cal turned back to the group and he's not speaking in Elvish, so he doesn't understand. Actually, wait. Do you speak common? And he says this in common.
He speaks back in Elvish. What did you say?
Oh, sorry.
Insight
Slip of the
check.
tongue. Did you? What languages do you speak?
I speak Elvish.
Insight
And-
check and all this.
And I'm guessing you're native, whatever that is.
Yes. It's Elvish.
So how did you hear rumors from Gemini if you don't speak common?
Magic. What did you
Oh.
roll, Gemini?
Like a fucking 8.
Oh, yeah, he seems to be genuine.
Magic. So you have, is it like comprehend language or something?
Yes.
Right. I see. And I'm guessing you're not using that now.
No.
Unlucky. Turns back to the group, sits in common and goes, right, so what are we going to do with him? Do we kill him or do we keep him alive? I mean,
Either.
one of them is already missing and is probably informed of their fate.
Exactly. The one that's missing is hurt badly by this large man. So what we're going to do is we're going to have this one show us where the other one went. They had to have some rendezvous, some meetup. They had to have known where to go, to get separated. They're idiots, but they're not they're completely incompetent, but they're not newborns.
Yeah, they seem
have
to be
have-
trained.
in some manner, no matter how small. The fact of the matter is they had to have met up somewhere. There's some plan, and he's going to take us to that. And if he is unable to, then we get to kill him.
Right, fair enough.
Now, how do we know he doesn't lead us into a trap? I think maybe the best bet is to maybe let him go, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Cal here can track him.
Oh, yeah.
And then
That
we
works.
follow him to wherever he will, because I'm sure he will go and meet up with his friend, wherever that may be.
Fantastic.
They
Ellie,
probably, yeah.
Does that
Can
work for you?
we do one thing first? Hey,
Oh,
orc guy,
absolutely.
big dude.
Oh, I've been crouching there examining the wound
Yeah.
and just kind of stayed there, and I'll just turn around and look at you questioningly.
Yeah. Take me to the fight where you fought that guy. To the place.
I'll nod my head and I'll just rise up and I'll just start walking that direction.
Don't do anything until we're back.
All right. Guys,
Yes.
this might take a little bit longer than I want people to have to stay on because it's already 10:30.
Yeah.
I think this is a good spot. Everybody just remember where you are, what you're staying, what your plans are, and we'll call it quits and we'll pick it up next week.
Sounds good.
It's like a plan.
Yeah?
you.
Okay, good. All right.
Right.
Then I want to thank everybody for watching.
Yes, thank you very
Everybody
much.
for playing.
Yes, thank you.
And we'll see each other next week.
Yeah.
There
Thank
go.
you all for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.